and welcome back to part 18 of Pokemon Yellow. This is about the fourth fucking time I've tried to record, so let's see if this is the one. I'm sorry guys, I'm a little pissed off because just my recording, it just keeps getting cut off, so fuck iMovie. But last part was filler, so we're back to the canon. We also caught our last member, Shenron, who is a Dratini, and I did an idiotic thing and trained off screen, and it evolved off screen, so it's a Dragonair now, and I'm sorry. I know I sound really salty right now. I'm just more of so trying to see if this is the one, and I'm sorry. I just want this playthrough to go well. But as every LPer knows, if it could go wrong, it will go wrong. But the way I trained Dratini, who was like at a level 10, was I went to Diglett's cave, and at first I did the bait and switch method, and around like maybe level 14, 15-ish, I think around the levels that the Diglett would be, I taught Shenron Water Gun, and it was able to take down the Digletts very easy, and then just get all the experiences because it's not doing the bait and switch method. And then from there, it evolved, and I didn't show it off like an idiot. And then I taught it Surf because Surf is just such a great. It's the best water type move, aside from Hydro Pump. Is that even in the game? I don't even remember. It's a great move though. And I did it for now. I did have the intention of thinking I could delete Surf in the future, but that's not in Gen 1. So we're sticking with Surf, which is all good because it's still a great move. And yeah, so we have a Dragonair, and everybody's around the same level. And we're taking on Saffron City's gym, which is a Psychic type gym. And we don't really have anything against or for Psychic type, so definitely don't throw out Volbeat and don't throw out Power because they'll get destroyed. You're gonna see that I don't listen to myself, but for now, we're focusing on this Chandler and her Ghost type Pokemon. That's another thing too. The trainers in this gym don't have Psychics. They have like Ghost, and I don't even remember what they got. Because the thing about this gym, guys, is, and if you notice, there are teleporters, and these teleporters they take you to random spots in the gym. So this gym, and I believe this gym only, I am not showing off every trainer because it's just a lot, and it's random to see which way I'm gonna go. I could have had a guide on standby, but we ain't gonna do all that. So yeah, we're just gonna go straight for Sabrina. I guess I just want to show off one trainer, but yeah, we're going straight for Sabrina because we gunning for the top gun. Whatever. That sounded cooler in my head. But at least prepare yourself a little bit. I'm still under-leveled, very under-leveled actually, so if you want to train yourself a bit more, please do, because Sabrina's Pokemon are gonna, yeah. But she is right here. Make sure you heal, make sure you do all the things, and when you're ready, you go straight for her. So I put Zuko in front because he's gonna be the MVP, and you're gonna see why. I was gonna try to do my Sabrina voice, which I did in my last attempt, and I actually thought I sounded kind of like decent. I wouldn't say like a girl, but decent. I think it was a decent voice for a Psychic, and I'm just. Let's be positive, all right? She throws out Abra, so level 50, powerful, but we have Slash on our side and very easy. Her next Pokemon is a Kadubra, and Kadubra is also a level 50. Try to recover, and what recover does is it heals a bit of health. There is a chance it will fail, and I think there's just a threshold of when it will fail. Like I think if it's in the red or like half health or something, you guys can comment and let me know. But it'll fail. And then he used Kinesis, which is a accuracy lowering type move, and you know how we feel about those. But Zuko is a motherfucking beast. And she throws out Alakazam, also level 50, the final form. She much traded with her friend and got it back. And guess what I do? I throw out Moby like an idiot. My intention was I was trying to use Toxic so that it gets poisoned. And yeah, don't do that, guys. Unless you're around the same level and you're faster. But, you know, I'm not faster. So I throw out Jolts. And Jolts is still paralyzed, so I'm not fast. And yeah. Bye-bye, Jolts. I was just trying to inflict some type of status ailment so that I have a chance. So, but I was just dumb. You know, we have to throw our main man Zuko, our hitter. So use a Psychic. Again, Psychic is very powerful. Alakazam has the best stats at its final form. And their stab. But you know Zuko, a motherfucking tank, taking that like crazy. So here's where I contemplate healing. Like, should I heal Zuko? Because there might be a chance that Alakazam uses like a move that won't inflict damage. And I go for it. And you just recover. So I was a bit lucky. And Slash, again, always will do a critical hit, at least in this gen, because of some speed type thing. And then he uses Psywave. Psywave's supposed to inflict damage. I didn't get no damage there. So, like, that's luck on me because we just beat the gym leader. The arena's not too bad, but she's shocked. I'm shocked that we did that. But we earned the Marsh badge. And she's also going to obviously give us a TM. She gives us the TM for Psywave, TM46, which is a move she used. She's saying it inflicts damage, but it didn't inflict no damage to me. So I guess it was either glitch or I was just lucky. She also says, and I think I mentioned this, but obviously the more badges you have, the more Pokemon will respect you. And I think that only goes for traded Pokemon. Like traded Pokemon up to level 70 will obey you now. I'm not sure how right I am, but any Pokemon you personally catch will always follow you no matter what. So even if you have like one badge and for some reason you train to like level 50 for whatever reason, your Pokemon will still follow you and won't disobey you. I could be wrong, but yeah. So after beating Sabrina, we can go to the next place, which will be Cinnabar Island. And so, how to get to Cinnabar Island, you're going to fly to your home of Pallet Town, but not say hi to your mom or Professor Oak. Instead, you're going to surf straight down. And so we have another route ahead. And in this route, obviously you're on water, so you're going to face with... By the way, that grass patch right there, I think has Tangle Up. We're going to just face water type Pokemon, so no biggie. And what I'm doing is just like kind of combing each two like segments to see if there's any swimmers I won't miss, but for the most part we're good. We have a fisherman who has a Seeking, yeah. Seeking is just the evolved form of Goldeen, so that's about it. And fingers crossed, guys. I really have my fingers crossed that this recording will go through. I literally was at like 21 minutes, guys. Like 21 minutes. This part is close to 30 minutes. 21 minutes. If iMovie 666, by the way, watch out, Mark of the Beast. I was literally close. If iMovie could have held on for at least 8 minutes more, I would have been happy. You know, I'm trying to record as best as I can so that I have everything, basically my voiceover recorded, and all I gotta do is just save. So obviously when the parts go up, I can delete them and then upload or schedule them ahead of time. But you know, it's not like every LPer. If it could go wrong, it will go wrong. So, fingers crossed, guys. This is the one. And this fisherman right here is a trope of a lot of fishermen. This fisherman has 6... Ooh. Excuse me. This fisherman has 6 Magikarp. Carp. And that's a joke for the following generations. There's always a fisherman with 6 Magikarp. I don't know if they kept that in the later generations. I haven't, obviously, I said before, I haven't played. But yeah, like, this, it would be great if, you know, it's at level 27. You're not going to get a lot of experience, but it would be cool if, like, later generations they do, and it evolves to Gyarados. So you have, like, 6 Gyarados. It's at the level that it should be a Gyarados. So, what's going on, fisherman? You just intentionally press B. You held B so that they don't evolve. You sick fuck. So, yeah. So, Gen 2, 3, and onwards is going to be that fisherman. And that's the only reason why I'm showing this off, because it's a joke. On the question of future generations, after this LP, my next game won't be Gen 2. I won't be doing Gen 2 until I can get that hard drive so that I can make these, you know, get some space for my my stuff. I feel like the reason why iMovie keeps shutting down is because there's just not enough space. And I don't have the best laptop, but damn, bro, like, come on, iMovie, work with me. So until I get that, I won't be doing Gen 1, Gen 2. Oh, we're doing Gen 1, dumbass. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, and the reason why, so I know I said like some RPGs I'll do live. It just depends on the RPG. But for Pokemon, I feel like it just goes smoother when it's post. I don't want to make edits and it sounds kind of disjointed. That's up to you guys. You know, let me know if that you know, if you don't care about that. But for me, I just like it when it's smooth. I can cut out battles and then I can still continue talking. And yeah, so that's why, like, I don't have space because I have to. I believe I mentioned this in my filler part, but obviously if it's filler, if you guys want to skip it, definitely do so. I mentioned that I have to. By the way, there's a cue ball in the fucking water. Like, how the fuck are you floating? Is it the fucking cod piece? Like, come on, a random cue ball, not even a swimmer, like a cue ball. So I mentioned that in my filler, I think last filler part, so last part, 17, that in order for me, at least the way I did this playthrough was I obviously have my sessions of recording. And by the way, he has Tentacool, the evolved form of Tentacool. Nasty looking motherfucker. Remember in the anime where there was like a huge fucking Tentacool? Like, that shit was crazy. Sorry, all over the place. I know guys. You know how I do with my commentary. In last part, I mentioned that, like, the way I record is I have my sessions. And then in each session, I bring it to iMovie. I cut it to where I would have my parts. And obviously I'm not doing commentary yet because I wanted to record my commentary over each separate part. So on top of like the sessions that I have, again, I'm not gonna delete them because I'm scared that if I do delete them, it'll just like iMovie won't allow me to do the playthrough. So I'm gonna have that, and then so I haven't deleted the original files, and then I have my 24 non-commentary parts, as I call it, which I bring into iMovie so that I can add my commentary, and that's just taking more space, you know. And so when I upload my videos, I can delete. I give it an hour before, you know, to make sure there's nothing wrong on YouTube, and then I delete it so that it gives me space. But it's not giving me enough space because, you know, iMovie keeps crashing. So I'm doing my best. I promise. After this playthrough, I am no longer using iMovie for this. Maybe a few edits, but no. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Like, it just cuts me off. Not even a warning. Like, oh, you're getting low on storage. You know, it just straight cuts. It straight crashes, and what the fuck. Kind of, because this takes a lot. So, and I'm doing this around the time I come back from the gym. So I'm fasting and I'm hungry. Try to get this out of the way so that by the time I finish, I can get my ass something to eat. So that's basically it, guys. Definitely in the future, things will get better. Things will be better, and I'll make sure everything is all good. Definitely gonna invest. Definitely gonna invest in that hard drive, because this shit is crazy. But here we have the evolved form of Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and the crazy thing about it is I didn't mention it, but that swirl that you see in the middle of the Pokemon, that's its intestines. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Like, these Pokemon have some crazy ass biology and Pokedex entries. I mentioned the whole Hypno thing. Like, yeah, what were these creators on? Like, were they high? Were they morbid? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, obviously on screen you see that cute and all that stuff, but Pokemon is fucking dark. Like, it's dark. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously there's something called Season 0, by the way, Seadra. Very cool. Evolved form of Horsey. And then it becomes Kingdra, I think next gen, where it adds Dragon type, and it's just cool. But yeah, there's Season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh! That shit is dark as fuck. Like, there's guns and people actually die. But I'm here for that. But then it goes to, to the actual anime, and it's just like, bro, where's the substance? Everybody talks about the invisible guns. I don't know. I get it because it was for kids, but yeah. But here we are on Cinnabar Island. We have this red scarlet type color, crimson color, and you can see the gym right there, but it's locked, so you can't get in at the moment. And here is where you can do the missing no glitch, when you go to that shoreline to the right. Again, I don't know, or I don't think you can do the missing no glitch in Pokemon Yellow, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I've never done it, not even in Red and Blue. I don't know. I rarely play Red and Blue because the sprites are so fucking ugly, bro. I know it was at the time, and they're still figuring things out. Damn, man. And the original green sprites are even uglier. Like, let me stop, because the creators, took their time back then. They're working hard, and Pokemon is a huge success now. So if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't get Pokemon Yellow, and then we wouldn't get the following generation. So thank you. But as those two NPCs mentioned before, Cinnabar Island has a Pokemon lab, and here it is. Make sure that you have your fossils. So this is where you can revive them or restore them to life, basically. And so you would have your Dome or your Helix fossil, and then the Amber from the museum in Pewter City. So make sure that you have those, and you'll be fine. She wants to trade a Growlithe for a Dugong. Crazy. Growlithe is my guy. The scientist talks about what we have already covered, but there are 3 evolutions in this generation. So Eevee can evolve into Flareon with the Firestone, Vaporeon with the Water Stone, and Jolteon with the Thunderstone. The scientist gives us TM35 for Metronome, and what Metronome is it's an interesting move, I would say. Before you even get to that, this is the room with the scientists who will restore your Pokemon back to life. So make sure that I didn't have it on me, but make sure you have your fossil and your Amber. So after one instant transmission later, we go to him. And what you do is give it to him, and then I think it's either you leave the room or you leave the building. I think it's leave the building though. And once you leave the building, you can go straight back in, and he'll have it ready for you. And it's crazy because he's like, once you leave and you go right back in, look, you go out, go right back in. He goes, "Where have you been?" Like as if we've been gone for a long time. Like, bro, it's only been like 10 seconds. But he gives you the restored Pokemon. So we have a Kabuto, and it evolves into Kabutops. And yeah, that's basically it. I've never used Kabuto / Kabutops, so it's not really my cup of tea. But if you want to use it, go ahead. And then we also have the old Amber, which is Aerodactyl. And I'm not doing the Poké Rap, guys, because that's the end of the Poké Rap. At least that segment. And so yeah, so back to Metronome. Metronome has a chance. I think it's used by Jigglypuff, Chansey. No, not Chansey. Whoa. Jigglypuff, Clefairy, and Togepi in Generation 2. And I think in future generations, you guys can let me know who else. But those are the ones I know to my knowledge. And what Metronome does is it has a chance of doing any move, like literally any move within that generation. So it doesn't matter if it can't learn it naturally, it will do it. And it's a chance type thing. You can see if it's gonna attack or not. Sometimes it'll use a move that's not very effective. Sometimes it'll use a move that'll just raise your stats. It's all luck. So it's up to you if you want to teach your Pokemon to it. We won't. But here we have our next quote-unquote dungeon, the Pokemon Mansion. And this is where, well, we have to go because we have to progress the game. Obviously, guys. And there's no key here. There is switches that you have to hit. And those switches look like those Rhydon Pokemon. They look like the regular Pokemon sprites you would see right there. So you hit that, and it'll ask you secret switch. Press it. Who wouldn't? And that'll kind of switch the doors or unlock the doors. But when unlocking one door, you unlock another pathway. So that's basically it. There are also trainers in here. And he wants to fight us because he can't get out. Bro, that's your problem. And there's a new trainer type. He's a burglar. It's not my fault that you wanted to fucking rob this mansion and then now you can't get out. Stop being a dumbass. Or how about you don't try and rob? I believe burglars also give you a lot of money. It makes sense because they're trying to rob, but yeah. And I think they tend to have the starters, but I don't know. Burglars are weird. And no problem at all because we're destroying them like crazy. And my Bagaloo. I fake sounded Irish. That was not on purpose. Bagaloo. That sounded even worse. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to any Irish subscribers, but you guys can flame me for my fake accent. You guys go up here, and there's another burglar. And he wants to fight. He sends out Ninetales. Level 38. So nothing too wrong. And here's where I'm also just trying to train my Pokemon. Another thing is, there are wild type. There are wild Pokemon in the mansion. I think the more you progress, the more stronger they will be, and they'll continue to appear. So repels won't really do a thing. Yeah. Ninetales, again, I really like the design. It's just pretty cool. And this was even before I was a Naruto fan, so you know. Let's see. So he gave us $3,420. We're rolling in the cash, baby. And you can read these entries, and it talks about basically the birth of Mew, and then the birth of Mewtwo, which is like a clone, or it is a clone. From there, just not really a lot. You can read these entries, pause, and read these entries. I'm going out of order, so yeah. That one talks about the birth of Mew, but then that was after when I read the birth of Mewtwo, so. I forgot to even mention, we got the best item in the game, Max Repels. They repel Pokemon for, I think, 500 steps, if I'm wrong. One of those. Either way, it's amazing. Because it's, you know, sometimes encountering wild Pokemon, it just gets draining after a while, so. And as long as your Pokemon is higher than the Pokemon in the dungeon, the repel will work. So as mentioned, this switch right here will unlock that door. So you want to go through that pathway, and we continue onward. Trying to show off as best I can. And this floor is where like the Pokemon are strong. So my Max Repels isn't really doing shit, unfortunately, but yeah. And make sure, again, you have at least one item slot so that you'll be able to collect the item that we need to progress. But as you notice, we unlocked the pathway, but unlocked the other one. And aside from this, I think scientist, we have two pathways to go through. Well, let's go here, right? So this is just like a empty spot for some reason. So if you're not watching this, Wild Battle, why the fuck you gotta interrupt? And why am I showing this off? I don't know why I didn't cut it out. What the fuck? There are two pathways. One leads you to where you gotta go. The other, you have to just go back around. I got lucky with this one. I promise you guys, I didn't remember which pathway I gotta go to. It's just, you know, that was luck. And we can continue onwards. Most of the items you'll find is like either those stat raising moves. But yeah. And again, this is kind of dumb or a waste of using repels because I'm gonna continue encountering Pokemon because my Pokemon are not that strong yet. Are not that strong to block them out. So yeah. And I think that's just another burglar who is wondering how do you get out, bro. It's your fault. Your fault. You're here. You have no one to blame but you. And this TM contains TM14, which is Blizzard, which is another great ice type move. So definitely go ham with that. Teach it somebody. And yeah, you want to use that secret switch so that you can get where you gotta go. And yeah, so again, my Max Repels won't do shit because yeah, the Pokemon are still strong. This place is ideal for a lab. There's my nerd voice. Not to say being nerdy is bad. I'm a nerd, but you know, like Earth, like you know. So we hit this final switch because we're basically at the end of the mansion. Not basically, we are at the end of the mansion, or basically the dungeon. We collect this one, and we have TM22. And what TM22 is, it's Solar Beam. Solar Beam is actually a good move, but it's better in the future generations because you can have Sunny Day, and then use Solar Beam and it'll continue hitting. So definitely, I wouldn't use it now, but if you want to, it's up to you. We get the secret key, which can unlock the gym, and yeah, we are reaching the end of part 18. See you guys in part 19. Thank you that this recording went through. Peace, guys.